Testing. 1, 2. Testing. Alpha, beta. Alpha, beta. All you geeks out there, you probably get that joke. But welcome to another great episode of Wealth for Generations, episode number 31. Damn,
Goodness, yeah.
she's getting old, man.
Yep.
She's getting
Almost our
old.
age.
Almost.
Yeah.
Um, okay, I forgot to hit the live on my Instagram. Sorry, all my Instagram people. You missed the introduction. You guys missed the introduction. Sorry. I forgot to push live. But today we have a very exciting show, as like we always do, of course. But first and foremost, I want to give a round of applause to my co-host, Mr. St. Patrick,
Gia.
holding down that co-host spot for the day.
Yes.
I also want to give another back up microphone, back up. Another round of applause to my engineers of all engineers, Mr. Dip to the lean.
Yay.
Or is it? Yes, the afternoon. Definitely. 2 minutes after.
It's the thought that counts. We here.
Yep.
We here. We got Jimmy over there playing Ghost.
Hi.
That kid's got a voice that travels like a mofo. But today, Wealth for Generations, we are going to be talking about leadership today. You know how it's been the last couple of episodes. We've been working on those entrepreneur characteristics. And today we're talking about leadership. Leadership is a really good one, man. It's a really important one. You can't be a follower and own your own.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I mean, you can in somewhat of a sense as far as like doing what you think is right as far as what you're told, but you still got to be able to lead and get stuff done if you want to own your own stuff.
I don't know, man. I always tell people, leadership is important, but following is just important. If you can't follow the rules, you can't lead. If you can't follow, you will never be a leader. Um, to know what it takes to be able to follow is a big chunk of knowing how to lead.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks just, oh, I'm never going to follow. I'm just going to be a leader. This is not how it works, man. You have to know how to fall in place and how to follow rules, follow someone else's direction. You have to be able to do those things for you to expect somebody else to follow yours.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just not. People need to realize that you just can't become a business owner and be a leader without first learning how from someone else and being a follower.
I agree. I agree with that.
100%, 100. And actually, that's kind of what I'm going to be going over today is the importance and what it means to be a leader and knowing, well, not necessarily knowing, but just kind of realizing that we're in a new kind of era. We're in a new day and age. Like it doesn't have to be the opposite of what Dip is saying. It doesn't have to be like it is at your common workplace, where you have a hierarchy of leaders.
Yeah.
You have your manager, your supervisor, your general manager, your assistant manager, and then you're not supposed to talk to this person unless you talk to that person first. You only talk to HR for these reasons, so we're going to get into all of that, though. But first, we got to do one of my favorite segments that we always do, and that is going to be the Health is Wealth segment. The Health is Wealth segment is brought to you by Moss Boss Organic Gel Enriched Sea Moss. Get your order of sea moss ASAP. Contact Jessica Marrero on Facebook at Jessica with one S .Marrero on IG or on IG at Moss Boss Organic Gel, or you can email her at mossbossog@gmail.com.
So no excuses.
You do see it on the top of your screen, top right of your screen. You see the email address and everything
right
else.
over there or over there. One of those.
Yeah.
You was right the first time.
Yep. No excuses. So
your right is my left. Okay. Mental note. No excuses. Hit her up and get your CMOS.
yes, I supported last weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've all tried it.
Yeah.
It's quite delicious.
Well, actually, I went down there and I actually got a couple of jars and stuff like that.
So how's that working out? Does she like it?
Yeah, it was really
already?
good. Yeah. She's doing one of them. I can't remember which one she's actually doing,
Mhm.
but I did want to point out because I know last week when we were doing it, we tried I think 2 different jars.
Mhm.
She has a wide variety of flavors. So
Yeah.
if you're not into one flavor, there's plenty of flavors that that is good.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
definitely. And actually, one of her more popular flavors is the Edelberry and blueberry, which I didn't have with us,
yeah.
but that one's a really popular one. That's probably why she didn't give it to me to sample. Because
I
Oh,
that's
like
that's
the
funny.
strawberry one. That one was cool.
yeah, that was my
I've
favorite.
I've liked all of them, even
Yeah,
the mixed berry, right? I think there was a mixed berry one,
the
or maybe
that
that.
we had.
Yeah,
No, we only had the strawberry and the banana cinnamon.
no, no. I mean, the one that I got from her outside of when I went to go.
Yeah, she has it's a mixed berry, banana cinnamon, elderberry,
The elderberry was the other one too.
elderberry and blueberry, and then there's a fourth one.
Elderberry. That's a real berry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
we're actually going to talk about it in just a second, and it's actually really really good. It's a another superfood. You know how Jess is always throwing out these superfoods for
Mhm.
us.
Yeah.
So, elderberry health benefits. The berries and flowers of elderberry are packed with antioxidants and vitamins that may boost your immune system. They could help tame inflammation, lessen stress, and help protect your heart too. Some experts recommend elderberry to help prevent and ease cold and flu symptoms. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen, but it's actually beginning to get pretty popular itself. There's a brand that has them in a purple, uh, like purple is their color. So like if you go to the or not even in medicine, but the supplements,
Hmm.
because it's not really necessarily a medicine. But if you go to the
Oh.
supplement area, you'll see it, and they have like gummies. They have it in a
Mhm.
tincture form. They have capsules, but it's a really good one for you. It's like it's almost as good as like
Showing them on the screen for people can see them.
oh, so right there.
So you got I've used to seen these growing up in the Midwest. I
Oh
never
yeah.
would eat them. I thought they were poisonous. So, like them, yeah, those will kill you right there, bro. That's
I
death.
mean, don't go out just trying any of them. There's probably something that looks similar that
That's
wouldn't
not
agree with you.
elderberries,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You're gonna have some people out in the mail. Look, well, Dip said with they elderberries, they're good for us.
But they definitely are American, American grown, huh? That's the American
I
thing.
believe so.
Yeah.
The American elderberry is what they're called,
Oh,
unless
okay, okay.
it's different variations of them.
Yep.
Mhm. I'm used to seeing like the dark purplish ones. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if you got a
Yeah,
different
that's they
colors.
are. They're really
Yeah.
really dark purple, really small
Hmm.
little berries. Yeah, I never knew the name of them.
Yeah. You know who actually likes those a lot?
Who was that?
Elders. But on bumped.
Oh my goodness.
But the elderberry it's also been used as a treatment for things like constipation, joint and pain muscle, or joint joint and muscle pain,
Mhm.
infections that affect how you breathe, headache, fever, kidney problems, epilepsy, minor skin conditions, and stress.
Yeah, I see that they're using a lot of vitamins and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was trying to say a little bit earlier. It's getting pretty popular in like your multivitamin mix and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Yeah. You can make syrup or tea out of dried elderberries and consume it year round if you like to help maintain the integrity of your immune system. And I think that's kind of what Jess does because she has it, like we were saying, she has the elderberry blueberry option for her sea moss.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think when she's blending it, she's using the dried, excuse me, she's using the dried elderberries. Because at least that's what I assume because I see dried elderberries at home.
Yeah.
So,
I do want to point out too, because the fact that with all the food that we're consuming now is just,
mhm.
so many different chemicals in our food. Elderberry is such, an important thing that we should be consuming because it's helping us flush all that stuff out.
Yeah,
Otherwise
antioxidants are
otherwise we're gonna
always
get
good.
yeah, otherwise we're gonna get backed up, and then it's gonna be the constipation. Well,
Yep.
elderberry comes into play.
And all
Yeah.
you gym people, if you got access, man, I kind of regret that I don't use it, or I don't have a gym membership anymore, so I don't use it. But the steam room and the sauna, it is wonderful for your immune system.
Yeah.
Just so you know, just so you know. And the logic behind it, I'm no doctor or scientist or anything like that, but when you sweat, you secrete and you release toxins from your body,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So when you're in a sauna or you're in a steam room, it's helping you sweat more. So
Yeah.
it's kind
Right.
of helping you detox naturally. So what I used to do personally when I was a gym rat is I would go do my workout and then at the end I would go into the steam room. And the steam room I feel like works way better because you're actually like sweating because it's mixed with the steam and stuff and you're like dripping sweat. But just a little tip for you gym rats out there: if you're not utilizing the sauna or the steam room right now, it's a good source for detoxing. Good source.
Mhm.
But that is going to wrap up our health is wealth for the day. Oh no, what I do? Shout out to Miss Jess and Moss Boss. She is at the darn it. She's at the market.
Today?
Yeah, she's at gosh, which market is it? I think she's at the grassroots vegan market today over on Grand Avenue. If you guys want to check out Moss Boss. But we are going to get back into the show and we're going to talk about some leadership. So that's going to bring us into wealthy wisdom. And with that, I want to start off with a little quote. So one of our highly ranked officials here, Mr. Eleanor Roosevelt, he said that great leaders inspire people to have confidence in themselves.
Hmm.
Take that in, everybody. Take it.
Hmm.
Take it in. I'm going to say it one more time. Great leaders inspire people to have confidence in themselves.
That's real.
That's that shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what leadership is about. You want to be able to build people up to the point where they can go off and lead others to the
Right.
promised land.
Right.
You know, where they can go off and show others how to do it because they believe in themselves.
Yeah.
And they can instill that in someone else.
Yep.
And I think that is overlooked in leadership, man. To people that think, oh, I'm gonna open a company, I'm gonna run a business, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna be a leader. But you don't know how to make people feel like they are someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta do something bigger, man.
Yep. So I'm gonna throw a little side note in here on the wacky wealth, and we're gonna jump to asking the masses real quick segment.
What's up, Von Rebel?
What up, Vaughn? What up?
Oh, what up, Vaughn?
We probably have to pay for that sound, so so asking the masses, who do you think of when you think about great leadership? That's question 1 for asking the masses. So we're going to ask this and then we'll revisit it towards the end of the show.
Okay.
All the viewers, this is a question for you guys to kind of dwell on. If you want to comment in the comment box or whatever, you can, or if you want to just dwell on it and answer it to yourself, whatever pleases you, whatever floats your boat. So the first question was, who do you think of when you think about great leadership? And then the second question is, what is or would be your biggest challenge as a leader? So if you're in a position where you're leading right now, what is your biggest challenge as a leader? Or if you feel like you're not really in a leader position right now, try to envision yourself. What do you think would be your greatest challenge as a leader?
Man, yeah, I agree with you, Von, that Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, and yourself at the best time, definitely. Those
some
Malcolm
leaders you
X,
think so?
definitely great leaders, man. Fred Hampton was amazing, man. I think he's not talked about enough. I wish the dude would have lived longer, man. He was amazing, and the type people he was able to bring out and lead. He was going to really be a leader of the masses, man.
Yeah.
And but me myself, I think a little smaller when I think of leadership. You know, I think some of the people that has helped me to get to better positions. You know what I mean, and show me how to help others and to become a leader myself. It's hard, man, when you're trying to become a leader because the number one things you have to get over is people. Because sometimes you feel as though the people are not listening to you. They're not doing what you ask them to do. How do you work around those things and still be a good leader?
Yeah.
Those are the things that I run into. You have people, man, who I don't want to say it's racism, but most time it is. You know what I mean? And they don't want to listen to somebody that looks different than them.
Yeah.
You know, you run into those problems.
And then sometimes it's not even necessarily racism; it's sexism.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it's a thing, but ageism.
Right. All the
problem.
isms.
That's been my problem usually is
Mhm.
I'm in a position of power over someone older than me.
Right.
So then that's usually when I've had the biggest issues.
Yeah, man. People have all type issues, man, and I think that I think that those are the biggest ones for me myself, and just having the confidence to take the reins and take that step to lead. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you want to pay the back row and don't really want to be that person, but hey, man, somebody got to do it, man. It's needed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And that's usually me when it comes to like being on stage and stuff. When I used to help out with Who I Am Foundation, people would always be like, "Oh, I would be so afraid to be on stage. How are you so comfortable with it?" And people would be shocked because I would tell them every single time I get on stage, I'm nervous as
nervous.
fuck.
Yeah.
It's like,
Every time I start this show, I'm nervous.
mm-hmm,
Even though I've done this so many times and I honestly feel really comfortable with it, but it's just that's just the way I am. When I'm the
mm-hmm.
center of attention, when I know I'm going to be the center of attention, I always just get a little bit of nervous. But
Yeah.
it's that fight or flight, and I stand and fight every time.
It's like Vine saying here's the biggest awareness. The challenge is making the awareness cool. They dumb down awareness and leadership in the black community and the media so much people don't want to follow that path. I think another problem we have is we like to massacre our leaders, man. We like to
Yeah.
figure out a way
I agree.
to down them.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Instead of trying, everybody's normal. There's
Yeah.
no perfect person.
Right.
In the black community, we don't want to follow certain people because they're not this or they're not that. People that's taking the chances and getting out here and trying to make a difference, they're leaders, man.
Yep.
And we need to stop trying to figure out ways to down them. And if they're picking up the culture and making the place better, then we need to get behind them and stop getting
Right.
behind these people that's all about shooting up the block, killing, AK-47s, my Draco. You know what I mean? I'm sick of the bull, man. When are we gonna start talking about up in our communities instead of shooting up everybody? You know what I
Seriously
mean?
though.
So we gotta
Seriously.
change the whole vernacular, man. Because
One
it's ridiculous.
and with you saying that, I don't want to be cliche or anything else, but one person that comes to mind is like with Obama.
Hmm.
Like when he was running for office, everybody was just trying to just figure out every and any and every little thing to try to like, bring him
Discredit
down.
him.
Right.
I mean, as far as presidential and everything else, haven't been in a good position since he was in office. You know what I
That's
mean?
real.
And
All I
it's
know is
like,
he's the only president that rocked that tan suit like that. That's all
Man,
I
but you
know.
yeah,
got you got
Shit.
you got black
Shit.
people who are against him who's like, ah, he didn't do
it made
anything.
no sense.
And he ain't doing enough for the black community and he didn't do this. No, he's not perfect, bro. But then that's
Yeah,
a black leader that went to the highest points of leadership.
Right?
And we
yeah.
should give him some props. And there's so many people
I
that's like, oh, forget him, forget man. I don't understand. I
They
just
couldn't
don't
forget
get it,
find
exactly
man.
who it
they couldn't
was.
find anything about him, so they were trying to focus
Mhm.
in on the birth certificate. I'm like,
Yeah,
come
yeah.
on, bro. Like, really?
I can't quite remember which elder it was that I was speaking with, but they put it the best way when they were like, "Why are people getting upset and saying that he didn't do anything? This is like such a big, gigantic step just for representation
Right?
alone."
Yeah,
Like Dip said, like he got to the highest level you can be as a human being in America on
yeah,
American soil. He was the top fucking dog. Who cares what he does after that?
yeah,
There's little boys and little girls out there that look like him that are now like, I can be that.
yeah. He didn't do. The thing too is he didn't do anything wrong when he was in office. That was the
Mhm.
important thing.
He didn't have
He
any
didn't have
scandals.
any scandals, nothing else. I mean, he lived like a legit life. Even if we want to pull him down and put him on a human spectrum,
Mhm.
he was a straight person. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
there's no drama behind it.
Yeah,
Or you look at every other person that's been in house. It's like there's
it's
some. You know what I
something,
mean?
something, because they're all intertwined with bullshit.
Yeah.
But I'm not. This is not a political show though, and
Yeah,
I'm not
but let
in
me ask
politics
you,
too much.
and I can't remember if you were saying because you were going to say it at the end of the show. Are we saying who we deem as being
I mean,
leaders?
if you want to say it now, that's fine.
I'm
But
still thinking because they're just
I usually let us give us some time because I don't want to put us on the spot and then somebody be like, "Oh, well, I could have said that."
yeah,
So
that's what I'm thinking. So I don't have an answer for you right now, but there's tons of people I can think of. I'm trying to figure out like top three or whatever the case
well,
is.
yeah, we can revisit it. No
Yeah,
problem.
and for me, like because of the fact that there's a lot of positions within work where I'm in a leadership type role.
Mhm.
For me, I feel like it's more respect.
Mm.
Where I don't feel like some of these colleagues, I don't feel like they respect me enough.
Mhm.
Where sometimes it's like if I am firm and tell them, okay, this is what needs to be done, all of a sudden I'm being a hard ass.
Yeah.
If I'm trying to give them some leeways, I'm just being more lax.
Mhm.
Then all of a sudden I'm not being aggressive enough.
And see, I that's why I don't want to be promoted within anymore
Yeah, neither do I.
because
I'm good at where I'm at. I don't want that management position.
well, I feel like I'm not sure if it's the same situation,
Mhm.
but from my experience, I feel like when you get promoted from within, people already know you're nice
Yeah,
and know you're a chill, cool guy.
yeah,
So then when you have to be like, "Hey, we got a deadline. We need to get this shit done." All right?
yeah,
Like stop fucking around. We need to get well, why are you being such a
yeah,
dick? You're usually so cool. I am cool, but if we don't get this done by the deadline, I'm in
yeah,
trouble.
yeah,
So let's fucking get serious.
yeah. It's a
And
time and
then
place.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So then they just expect you to be that cool, laid back person all the time. And then when you
yeah.
put your foot down, they're like, "Oh, well, Patrick's a dick because he made us
Yeah,
do
all
our
of a sudden
job."
I'm like, "Oh, he's being too aggressive or he's being passive aggressive or whatever the case is."
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Like,
"Nah, it's just we need to do work." You know what I mean?
mhm.
And then we can play around. You know?
Yep, because I'm the same way. I'd rather get the work done. Like I was talking about the way I'm trying to do my schedule. Like I'd
Yeah,
rather put in that extra hard Sunday,
yeah,
and then come Monday, we can bullshit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But I'm gonna work my ass off on Sunday, do like 10, 11 hour shift
yeah,
in order to have a 5 hour shift on Monday.
yeah.
But we're talking about entrepreneur leadership today on Wealth for Generations, episode number 31. So, entrepreneur leadership involves organizing and motivating a group of people to achieve a common objective through innovation, risk optimization, taking advantage of opportunities, and managing the dynamic organizational environment. So, if you feel like you are taking a hold of any of those things right there, then you, sir or ma'am, person, may be a leader.
You know, what's hard is like I think I'm trying to be a leadership, especially in my, I'm talking about more of my corporate position.
Hmm.
I'm trying to change the dynamic of myself and trying to be a leader. I want to take. I always said I didn't want it, but nowadays I'm trying to take it because it's either be a leader or sit back and watch things happen that I think I can change the way it goes. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
I can make a difference on the way some things are going. I didn't used to think that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think that my leadership could help in some situations.
yeah,
So that's why I've been trying to become a better leader. And also, I've invested so much in this, I have to try to lead others into trying to do it under this umbrella of Habari Entertainment. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I have to try to be a better person, listen to ideas, be fair, you know what I mean? All the things that it takes because I can't do this alone, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And I want everyone that's a part of this to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And have their own and lead under their own and
yeah,
build their team up also.
Mm-hmm.
But how can I get everybody to do that and go in the same direction if I'm not a good leader or a good person to get that done? So that's things I think about every single day. You know what I mean? Trying to be better.
yeah.
That's all we really can do, man, is just be better than we were. Don't compare yourself. Don't compare yourself unless you're comparing yourself to yourself.
Now,
Self.
you gotta think about it. Like I see these other cats who's running companies, and I don't want to say names, but everything's falling apart on them because they're not putting in the relationships with the people.
Hmm.
Mhm.
They're not listening to their people. They're not talking to their people. Now, how you can't? Dude, you've been in this shit. If you've been in this business 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years, and you have nothing to show for it,
Yeah,
Doing something
you,
wrong.
hey,
Just
for
a
real,
little,
man,
a little bit.
something you're doing wrong, you might need to reevaluate.
yeah,
Because, dog, I mean, what they say, 5 years, you should start seeing some success in your
Yeah.
company.
yeah,
You've been in there 10, 15, 20 years. Maybe you need to start looking at your leadership. Maybe you need to start looking at how you're, getting people to motivate.
yeah,
Something's not right
Maybe
with you.
find yourself a mentor.
For
Find
real,
yourself
man.
some
For
leadership.
real. And
You
I
know.
think that we as people need to realize that not everyone is built to be a leader.
yeah,
And it's to be the leader is not the end all be all.
yeah,
You can be the CEO or the CFO. You could be the runner of your department, the VP. There's many options. You don't have to be the man like we all think we have to be. Somebody can be under this and help to keep things going, and you still be called a leader because you still are putting things in motion
Yep.
and running people
Like
and
I've
managing
always said,
people.
I've always been okay with being a Scottie Pippen. I ain't got to be Michael Jordan.
Everybody can't be.
Yeah, I'm okay with being a Scottie Pippen. Shit,
Everybody
I'll even
can't
be
be.
a Dennis Rodman.
He was a leader in his own aspect, in his own rights, though. Scotty is still a great leader, still motivation, a great motivator. He's
Exactly.
just not that. He's just not Mike.
Yeah. And that's
You know what I
exactly
mean?
why I say it. Like a lot of people don't fully get it, but like when it comes down to it, Scottie Pippen's still in the Hall of Fame as well.
Right. He's a great player, great leader.
And that's exactly what I mean by it. Like he they almost got a championship, right? I believe
They made it to. They lost to the Knicks in like the
Knicks.
second round.
With him running the team.
Right. Yeah, they still had a good team.
So
still had a good team. So it's the teamwork aspect, getting along with people, man, listening. Those the qualities I think that we don't look at as much, and people just think, oh, I'm gonna be a leader. I'm just gonna tell everybody do how I want to do it, and you do this, and you. It's not. That's not. They're gonna leave.
Yeah.
Right.
They're gonna bounce on you. They're gonna say all of them are gonna say fuck you, because you are not building people up. You're tearing them down.
Yeah.
And if you're not building them up, man, what kind of leadership are you showing?
Right. And I'm actually glad that you brought that up, because my next part was going to be talking about great leadership is about building a network, building a network of people, and not a hierarchy. Usually at work or your common job place or your common place of work, it's hierarchy. There's the supervisor or the lead, the manager, the same way it's always been, right? It's a little weird to do things different. Things like being in a fully open door policy with all your coworkers, having an open messenger group with them, just like a group of people I know. Having a fully open door group with them, and instead of blaming, snitching, being quiet, but actually talking and helping with each other with all types of problems.
That's real.
Take away the titles like Phil from accounting or Jane in HR, and just listen and appreciate everyone's opinion. Work with a family, not just working with someone.
That's real.
And with that kind of mindset is how you can become a great leader.
Yeah.
Just like you're saying, like you want to be able to have conversation with your coworkers and be able to be an open book as a business.
Right.
You know what I mean? If we're all putting in if we're all putting in our own time and our blood, our sweat and our tears and our money and everything, we should all be on the same page, and we should all be working towards the same goal with a leader intact.
That's
It's
real.
almost like a pirate ship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone, that whole crew is loyal as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But everybody, I mean, there's certain things, like the captain is the captain for
Right.
certain reasons.
Right.
But for the most part, if you really think about how pirates work and how things go, everybody has a word.
A job and a job they have to take care of.
Yeah.
It's only when you find those tyrant pirates where it's like, what'd you say? Throw them off.
But somebody has to take care of the sales. Somebody has to swab the deck. Somebody has to, there's situations where you're going to lead that. That's what you're leading. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, it's levels to leadership, and you can't just always look at it like, oh, I'm not the big man, so I'm not nobody. You can't look at that yourself like that, or situations like that, man.
Yeah.
And being the bottom dude on the totem pole is not always the worst thing.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Because we
sometimes
can't.
the low level is the most important part.
That's real.
That's the foundation.
What can we do without them?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So we have to realize that everybody's needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're all a part of the chain to make this shit keep running. And without one link, it's broken and it won't work. So we all have to keep it going. That's the only way. Like a bicycle, you know what I mean, is the metaphor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we riding, if we ain't riding, if the chain breaks, we're not riding.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere.
Like a tandem bike. We got
real.
We got the tandem bike.
So one link in that chain breaks, we're not rolling. We're not riding out. We're not jumping ramps and doing good moves. You know what I mean? Because the link broke. And to build that link is takes great leadership, and I just wish that in our communities, the black community and the brown community, we did better
Yeah.
to listen to leaders, man, and not be so fucking anti
Yeah.
against everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And be supportive of, become a community, you know what I mean?
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
frustrates me.
that's what I mean. I don't know if all you viewers know. I don't know if you guys remember, but that's what it is at the core for me.
Yeah.
Desert Land Kids. We are still on that mission of building a community of talented individuals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And in this room, as I look around, I see 4 different talented individuals
Right.
working together
Hmm.
for one purpose,
Yeah.
you know? So we still building. It ain't that point yet, but we building, boy.
That's real.
Yeah.
It ain't that segment
Yeah.
yet though, but
Yeah.
we building, boy.
Almost.
It's almost there. Almost.
I you know, we're gonna keep going, man. This only our second year, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna keep adding to the team, and we're gonna keep getting people. Hopefully, we can get people that has bigger podcasts and shows to come on. There's a couple people that I really want to come,
Yeah.
but hopefully they see the benefits of what we're doing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because it's a network of people helping each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not about my way or the highway, or I'm you under me, or we don't talk like that over here, and we're not about that. You're
Nope.
doing your thing, and we're helping you to do that,
Yeah.
for you can get better on what you're doing. And we're sharing each other's stuff, and we're all doing, you know what I'm saying, leading
Mhm.
our own.
Yeah.
And I'm helping to build that. But I see it, man. I mean, I
Yeah.
just see what we can be. And it's gonna come, man. This second year, it's gonna be big, man. And we're gonna see a lot of great things from this. Everybody
yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
It's gonna take off.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
you leading,
Oh, that was Jimmy. I'm like,
yeah,
what the
you
hell?
leading your own show, you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta think about how important it is. It's like you gotta bring in a co-host, you gotta get in everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of
I mean,
leadership that you have to take.
you guys
Yeah.
were doing it a bit before us, but we've all been through that learning curve of
Mhm.
booking hosts and getting
Booking
co-hosts
hosts.
and what?
Booking what?
Booking or I said
Booking
host.
what?
Booking guest, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I was like,
Thank
what?
you.
It's
Thank
like,
you.
we're on the wrong
'Cause
show.
I would have went over that. I did not catch myself say that.
Yeah.
Booking guest, not booking host.
Oh, I thought you said hose.
Oh, booking host?
Yeah,
No.
that's what I was like, what?
Nah, man, isn't your bachelor already over? Your bachelor party?
Yeah.
That's what that was for, Jess. We're talking about the bachelor party. Booking host. That's what it's
Actually,
for.
let's throw that
What?
in there though. You are looking for, additional co-host.
Yes.
You might as well
yes,
announce that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. I am currently interested in you guys being interested in being a co-host or maybe
Yeah.
even possibly starting your own podcast. So as of last week, contact me, Patrick, or Mr. Dip to the Lane
Yeah.
because I am holding live open interviews on the podcast for a new co-host.
Yeah.
And who knows, you might come on as a co-host and like what we're doing here, and next thing you know, you're hosting your own podcast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't even
But-
need to bring anything. Just bring your energy. You know what I
Do
mean?
you have a co-host, Patrick? Is old girl your co-host?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Finally got a co-host. So I mean, you see me, that was a struggle trying to
Yeah.
get someone in. And I just wasn't looking for a co-host. I was looking for a guest.
Mhm.
It's a lot of work, and I'm trying to put into these things. So
It is, man.
that, lifted a, huge, bender off me. So I don't even know if bender is the right word, but
But that kind of loops back around though to that leadership too, because
Yeah.
it's like we all helped out each other with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aisha gave us some great tips on booking guests,
yeah.
not booking hosts, booking guests. We've all had pep talks with each other about, because I ain't gonna lie, I try to be as transparent with y'all as possible, man. We have our ups and downs about the situation. Like,
Right.
not every time we get I had a cancellation this week.
Right.
I really wanted her to be on here, man.
Right.
And I just try not to let y'all know how much it messes me
Right.
up.
Right.
Bro, there was a time where I
But-
was like thinking about like, man, like I was like bugged out. And
Yeah.
I mean, you heard the conversation. Dip's like, stop depending on people. Like, just do your own
Yeah.
thing. So changed a few things, and and I like it because of the fact that we're a family here. You know what I mean? So we're
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
picking each other up.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I love it here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so do
Yeah.
I, man. I feel like I got the best 2 jobs I've ever had
Yeah.
right now. and one is doing this podcast, and the
Yeah.
other one is Crescent Crown.
Mhm.
And it's for the same reason, because I don't know if I've told you guys, but like Crescent Crown, they treat you really nice over there, man. They
Yeah.
treat you like family over there. They it's almost ran like a sales job,
Oh, okay.
almost. You know how like sales jobs try to bring you and create that family, but it seems
Yeah.
all fake all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, we're all gonna go to the bar, or
Right.
there's this incentive. Like they really be giving us incentive. Like we just had our annual meeting, and they gave out uh they chose 6 different winners for $1,000.
Wow.
Like you had to either get MVP or a position of the year, because there's
Mhm.
17 departments. They chose 2 people to be employee of the year for each department.
That's dope.
And then they had MVPs as well, which is I guess like
Mhm.
I'm guessing third runner or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you were in any of that, you were in the drawing, and they chose 6 people, and each of those 6 people got $1,000.
Nice.
We got pullovers on the way coming for us
Mhm.
because we had such a great year.
Yeah.
We're about to fucking kick Hensley out of the water. Screw you, Hensley. Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Don't share that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get fired for bad.
We are live.
And it floats around in the internet forever.
Yes.
So we'll edit that later. Right, Patrick?
Yes. Yeah.
But,
Yes,
hey,
indeed.
man, I don't know, man. I think that leadership is it's a hard discussion, bro, and it's important, but it's so hard, man, because you got so many people that get into these sayings. Oh, don't be a leader. Be a leader, not follower. Be a lead. Don't leaders do this, and we get so caught up in all that stuff that you don't think about how simple really it is,
Right.
and that we make it so much harder than it has to be.
Yeah.
Life is not some cliche statement, and you can't just go off that and think that that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Those cliche statements are about something, but you can't use that as the whole picture of everything.
Yeah.
They're really just trying to talk about one simple situation. Be a leader, not a follower in some situations.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's situational. You know what I mean? Like your mama said, don't jump off that bridge because your friends did.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
situations, be a leader. Say, man, fellas, don't jump off this dumbass bridge. If they don't listen to you, you lead yourself and you walk away.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's a big part too, leading yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Making sure that you're not following all the time, listening to people and doing dumb
Right.
stuff. You know what I mean? You got to be situational. You
Yeah,
follow.
I feel like you got to be able to be it all as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like you're saying, situational. You got to
Mhm.
know when it's time to follow.
Right.
Like say you're young, and then the first time you're dealing with the cops, and you're with some older friends or what have you, you
Mhm.
better shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
Let them handle that.
Right.
You know, because you're gonna be the scary one, getting everybody in trouble, and you saying the wrong thing at
Right.
the wrong time.
Right.
That's a great time to be a follower.
Yeah.
Or just in school. And school is an easy one too. You know,
Mhm.
when the teacher is trying to teach the class, and
Right.
if you don't want to get in trouble or have to talk to your parents for getting your name on the board,
Right.
or choosing step or whatever your school district does, you know, you
Mhm.
better follow
It's
the
a good time to
instructions of that teacher.
follow the rules and the
Yeah.
instructions.
Yeah.
Mhm. But there's also times where the teacher may call on you to lead the class.
Right.
You know, we're going to lunch.
Mhm.
Dip, you've
Right.
been doing good today. You can lead us to
And
the
take
cafeteria.
take advantage of those situations.
Yeah.
Because in younger times in my life, I'd been like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Because when people see that you would take advantage, don't stop saying no.
Yeah.
Say yes. I'm telling you, man, saying yes to most things, dude, will get you in places that you never thought you would get into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm for real. Stop saying no. Stop
You gotta be
thinking
careful
no.
though too about it. You don't want
Yeah,
to
you don't want to do
you don't want to put too much on your plate.
right.
But
Definitely.
you want to make sure you get a full
Make sure
plate.
you can time manage
Yeah.
what you're doing.
But make sure you get that full
But
plate.
but definitely, if you're sitting around doing nothing, you're a young kid, somebody offer you an opportunity, and you just think like, oh, nah. I think don't overthink it, man.
Yeah.
Just do it, bro, and go and do something different, and you never know what you might learn.
And sometimes even going off of that, sometimes looking at some of the negatives that you might get an outcome from it, it actually makes you better because you're getting that experience. You know
Mhm.
that I forget what the word is called, but sometimes you need that to be able to get you to your next step.
That's
To the
real.
journey.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
To get yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always I tell my kids all the time, and I've said for a really long time, one of the purposes of life is to create memories.
Yeah.
And just like Dip was saying, and just like you were saying, like if you have an opportunity to experience something that you've never experienced, what do you think is going to happen after that experience? Now
Yeah.
you've created a new memory,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't mess up on the chance to create a new memory,
Right.
because
Yeah.
that's the purpose of life. Like,
Mhm.
and now think about it on the smallest thing too. Like you have the memory to get home.
Yeah.
Like, you know how complex and how simple that is all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like you memorize your way home. You could probably stare off into the sun and listen to music the whole time and still drive your way home
Right.
right now.
Yep.
But real quick though, we're gonna go back into the wealthy wisdom, and we're gonna do 7 leadership characteristics. Let's see if you guys got any leadership characteristics. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of these though, to be honest. But let's see. Number 1, in no particular order. Develop a strategic vision. Passion and a great business idea aren't enough to succeed in business. Strategy is important. Know where you want your business to be in the next 2, 5, 10 years from now, and how you're going to take it there. So do you feel like you have good strategic vision
Sometimes
sometimes?
with my creations and my inventions that I want to put out, no.
Mhm.
But like when I'm trying to create like some of these episodes, the
Mhm.
structure, everything else is there. I already, envision it. And not to say, not to discredit, the creations and the inventions that I have. It's just there's some stuff that are just the puzzles are missing.
Right.
So once like I have everything else that planned out about it. It's just there's a few key elements that I'm missing. But for
Mhm.
the most part, yeah.
Sometimes it's gotta be that way though, because it's like you're not gonna find it's almost like when you're looking for the remote and
Right.
you've spent 30 minutes looking for the remote, and then you sit down and give up
And
and
it's
you
right there.
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta wait for that puzzle piece to show up.
Yeah.
You can't, if you search for it too hard, you're just gonna keep overlooking it.
Yeah.
So number 2, we have communicate with transparency.
Yeah. I'm
Share
very big on that
success.
one.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's one that we are all pretty good at,
Yeah.
communicating with transparency. Share successes and failures with your people.
Uh-huh.
Information clearly transmitted gives them context and a sense of belonging to the company. So yeah, we'll go through that one pretty quick because I feel like we got that one down
Yeah.
pat. We're pretty transparent. Um, this is one I think we all kind of could have a better rating on, I guess you could say. Spot and retain the best talent. Like I'll admit it right now, I'm no talent scout, but I mean technically I feel like here I've done pretty well. Just I didn't have any expectations really for any of you guys,
Yeah.
but I feel like all 3 of you guys fit really well.
Yeah.
It's just
I think too,
availability is what it is.
to elaborate with that, I think sometimes if you're put into certain positions,
Mhm,
sometimes it might not be good, but if you are still in the same, let's say the job field, but do a different, job title,
mhm,
sometimes you might find that that actually ends up being, what ends up making you for who you are.
mhm.
And I hate to, refer it back to, football, but I think of Dan Quinn when he was with I think the Falcons. I can't even remember the team that he was on before.
Sure. The Oilers?
No, he was with the Atlanta Falcons, and he went to the Super Bowl, and he did a bad play or whatever because he was a
Mhm,
coach, whatever the case is, and then he ended up not doing as good. He ended up moving over towards defensive coach, and he
mhm.
is just gunning
And
it.
he's just like
Yeah, it's just
mastering.
he's a phenomenal person in that position.
Mhm.
So sometimes I think because you might not fit in that role, switch it, change it a little bit, and
Right.
that might change things, dramatically for you.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, you're a good example as well. Like I was saying, like I feel like all 3 of you guys, as far as my co-hosts
Hmm.
were going, like you guys fit all well,
Yeah,
but you're freaking excelling now.
yeah,
Like you have 3 podcasts of your own.
yeah,
Excuse me, you have 3 of your own, and
yeah,
then you just got yourself a new co-host.
yeah.
And who knows, between the 2 of us, we might be setting up another podcast for
It's
somebody
because
else sometime
I
soon.
see Dip's vision. Like
Yeah.
I can see it down the road where we literally have a network,
Mhm.
and it's
Mhm.
like Dip's like okay, like like everybody has like whatever. Like it's just I just see this huge network.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely,
mean?
definitely, man. I see the building too.
Yeah.
The Habari building.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
Right.
be the office. The
Like, Dip's not
Habari
even gonna
building.
talk to us. He's gonna be like, "Man, I'm way above you guys now."
Screw that, man. I want to be. I want to be on the jet with Dip.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, it's
Right.
it's not enough media made by brown people and black people, man.
Yeah.
For real, bro. You
Yeah.
gotta think about it. Who off the top of your head, who do you know that has power
I
like
don't.
that?
Yeah.
Byron Allen is probably the only one. Oprah. Then the dog is just not many.
Yeah.
You gotta think
Mhm.
about all the news companies that there's out there that's for them.
Yeah.
Dude, his
Yeah.
name is man. It's so many.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dog, it's an open market for us, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And with the news and also just bringing opinions and talk, that's all it's about. We could
And
be
that's why I get excited because of what you've been able to, you laid the stepping stones and you're building, this foundation. And I look at everything that, we have within, Habari Entertainment.
Mhm.
It excites me because there's so
Oh
much
yeah,
to
for
offer
sure.
to everybody. I don't care
Mhm.
Yeah.
race, religion, background,
It's
whatever it
real.
is.
Yeah. It
There's
doesn't
something
matter.
for everybody.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Like I always say, I actually haven't been saying it lately, but every time we step into this building, I feel like we're doing something,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's good. We're always making some progress. We're
Mhm.
always being consistent. Consistency. That's another one of the characteristics we went over,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's definitely on the higher chart. Like
Mm.
we've gone over so many now. I don't even want to try to say a top three or anything like that, but
Yeah.
that's definitely on the higher end of the chart. Consistency, leadership. I mean, we just got like four-way ties through them all. Number
Yeah.
one has a four-way tie. Number two has a four-way tie.
Yeah.
Like they're just it's all important, man. It's all important.
Yeah.
But number four, as far as leadership characteristics go, know how and when to delegate.
Yep.
Entrepreneurs by nature have a healthy ego when it comes to their company. Almost all entrepreneurs will want everything their way. But those who are successful are those who admit they can't be the CEO, the chief financial officer, the marketing director, and the sales manager all at the same time.
Can't do everything, bro.
They share, delegate, and empower their teams.
I already know that.
You
You can't do
can't.
everything. You just can't. There's no way.
No way.
You're
No
gonna
way
burn
at all.
yourself out.
You're gonna kill yourself.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
So
you're gonna lose it all.
Right. So you're gonna have to trust people,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you're gonna have to be able to say, hey, I trust that you can handle this, and I believe in what you're gonna do. And that's how you're gonna have to do it, bro. If you can't, you're gonna have a hard time, man, trying to do everything yourself. You may not be a person that can work well with others. You might have to be one that work by yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah, there's a lot of different aspects to it, and yeah, man, if you got to reach out and get some help, you got to reach out and get some help. Sometimes you got
Pride.
to put yep, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Sometimes
Yeah,
you got to put that pride in the cupboard,
that's real.
Yeah.
close that shit, leave it at home.
Doesn't work, man. You can't have pride, man. You
Yeah.
gotta say, hey, fuck it. I mean, I believe that you can do this. You do a great job. I believe in what you're doing, and just take your hands away. Just let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Yep. So number 5, we have one of my favorites: lead by example.
Mhm.
Because I hate the type of lazy leader, manager, supervisor, whatever,
Yep.
that'll sit there and lean on something, trying to delegate you on how to do something.
Right.
Like, if you delegating me and trying to get me to do some work, what you about to do?
Exactly.
Like, I hate, that's one of my biggest pet peeves, and that's normally going to find that in your common workplace
Yeah.
Mhm.
where you have those type of supervisors where they're just like, oh, well, I'm a supervisor, I
don't have to do
power
shit.
now, so I don't have to
Right.
do shit.
Right.
You need to
Yeah.
go do
You
this
do it
stuff.
all.
Yeah, fuck that.
Nah, man, help out. You know what I'm saying? You telling me to do something, pick up a couple boxes. You know what I'm saying? Help
Right.
out,
Yeah.
show them. You don't have to do it all, but at least show incentive that hey, I'll help you. I'll get down here with the small people and do a little something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the best leaders to me.
Just don't call us small people. When we do it.
That's real.
Yeah.
But just going out there and just not thinking you're better than anybody else. Get out there and
Yeah,
get your hands
exactly,
dirty, man.
exactly.
Just
Yeah.
you can't just be like, oh, I don't do that stuff anymore.
Yep.
I mean, I think about it. There is some things at work like I used to do when I first got there that I don't do anymore.
Yeah.
But if someone says to me, "Hey, man, we need some help," I'm first person that's gonna help you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how I'm not the contractor I once was. Now I'm, you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit more leadership under me now, but I will do the same stuff I did then.
right?
I'll do it. I don't care, man. It doesn't make a difference.
And
Whatever it takes to get the shit done.
that's how I was in the kitchen too, man. Like I used to, cooks would look at me all kind of crazy when I would jump in the dish pit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not washing. You know how long I've worked to get to the line, or how long
Like,
I've worked
man.
to get a shit. Like this, if the dishwasher ain't done, we ain't going home.
Right. Exactly. That's how I look at it. Like, man, let's
So
get
I'm
it
about to go help
together.
the dishwasher so we
Right.
can go home.
That's
Like what the
real.
fuck?
I help
Like,
the male people. I help whoever, man. I don't care, man. Y'all, they need help. This is
Mhm.
part of the cog. You know what I mean? And when something breaks, like I said earlier with the chain, there it is.
Yep, we need to work on this chain.
So hey, at our job, you know what I'm saying, boxes come in, new computers come in, new stuff come in. We have to get it out. If the male people can't get it in,
Yeah.
then how can we get it out?
Right.
So somebody's gonna have to, if they having trouble going getting, they say, hey man, go down there and help them.
Yeah.
That's a good leader.
Yep.
It's just not pointing fingers and say go do this. It's also taking also like you said, getting your hands dirty and going down there, because you can't just point.
Yeah.
And number 6, we have ask for advice. That's a good one. So kind of like going back to what Dip was saying, like if you're in a stagnant spot,
Yeah.
and you're not moving, you're not going anywhere, and you're getting the same results after 10, 15 years of working on this craft, might be a good time for you to visit number 6.
Man,
Ask for some advice.
drop that pride.
Or if you can't fully let go of the pride, start. I mean, with 2023, start Googling, YouTubing some shit. Ask the internet for some advice.
Man.
If you want to hold on to your pride,
Yeah.
but get some help somehow. You know, they got anonymous hotlines and shit, so you can get help somehow.
Yeah.
But it would be best if you could control your pride, because no matter how well you know your industry, change in business is so fast that entrepreneurs develop blind spots or become uncertain about how to proceed. And that's exactly kind of what he was saying. Like, you get to a point where it's like, all right, I'm keeping my head afloat,
Yeah.
but I'm not really gaining money. I'm not gaining any more traction.
Yeah.
I'm just staying afloat. Well, that's because the business has changed, and what you were doing isn't necessarily fully working at its full potential. So
Yeah.
you're staying afloat, but you may be uncertain about how to proceed to the next level or to the next step, because you're blind spot. You got this going on,
Right.
and you're like, well, I'm still afloat. I'm still afloat. Now it's time to ask for some advice.
Yeah.
So number 7, we got number 7 is develop leaders. And Dip was on it today, man. He mentioned this earlier too. Develop leaders. Leadership should come from the top of the organization, but leaders don't necessarily come from those positions of power.
Yeah.
They can be found at all levels. Identify them and help them develop their leadership skills. So some of the greatest leaders, like Dip was saying, is like some of the greatest leaders will help turn the people that they're leading into leaders themselves.
Okay.
Because there's no point in just being a leader and leading forever. Like, unfortunately, you're gonna pass away at some point.
Yeah.
And if you build this whole empire and you lead all these people to build this empire, and then you pass away, you want your empire to go away with you? You want that to be done? No, you want your empire to go and live long past you. So you need to make sure that you find the right talent. Like, what was that, number 4?
Yeah.
I think it was number 4. No, that was number 3. So you want to be able to find the right talent, spot the right talent, and
Yeah.
then develop those leaders into being good leaders. So then when you want to step down, retire, pass away, or anything, your empire and your business and your company, it keeps on going. The wheels keep going. You know, they'll come together and they'll fix that chain if that chain comes apart. So you want to make sure, all you leaders out there, all you people starting businesses, and I know you've heard it before, but I don't know if you've really thought about it this way. When you start a business, you're creating jobs.
Yep.
When you create a leader, you're creating jobs. So if your mission is to have a business and create jobs, you still got to create a leader, because you probably want to get to a point where you don't want to have to be living at the job. Pretty much everybody that starts a business, you're going to be living at your business for the first year or two. And at some point, you want to be able to leave, go on vacations, enjoy the money you're bringing in. You know, who are you going to leave in charge when you leave? you better have found yourself some good talent and taught them how to be a leader so
Yeah.
you can leave and you don't come back to from your vacation
Yeah.
to your business in shambles. But I think we're getting kind of close to the end of the show. So you know what that means, Patrick?
We building.
Oh snap! We building, boy.
Yes.
So unfortunately, I forgot something. I was supposed to bring this salt, and I forgot to grab it this morning. But today on We Building Boy, we're highlighting Shamba AZ. It is a microgreen farmer, or they are microgreen farmers. They're turning their love for growing food into sustainable business to serve their community. It's a mother-daughter group. Jess met them at another event, and they make microgreen salt. And that's what I was supposed to bring in to show you guys. We love it. We've already gone through one container of it at our house. It's awesome. But I was looking on the website last night. Unfortunately, they don't have the micro salt on the website. But if you go on their IG, which is IG at Shamba underscore AZ, CHAMBA underscore AZ, you can find out that they have teamed up with Underbelly Meat Co. and Get Local AZ Farmers Market. You can get the microgreen salt from there, but their main focus is microgreens. So I believe you can contact them through the IG, or you can go to one of those storefronts for microgreens, but they also have a website for microgreens. That is shambaaz.com. So once again, it's the same spelling, SHAMBAAZ.com. Microgreen farmers. They believe in the importance of locally sourced, fresh, and nutritious food. They're excited to introduce their new website where they're offering a variety of microgreens, making it quick and easy for you to add nutritious and delicious variety to your diet. Their mission, their local urban farm delivers nutrient-dense produce to our customers within hours of being harvested. They inspire people to regain control of their food supply to improve their health and well-being. And once again, their website is SHAMBAAZ.com. ShambaAZ.com. Microgreens. Local microgreen farmers. That is so awesome that we have local. And have you gotten into microgreens at all?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So this is for all those people who have no heart. You crazy vegans eating these baby broccoli, just stealing them from their mothers when they're infants and consuming them. That's basically what microgreens is. It's when the plants just sprout,
Yeah.
and they don't fully develop into whatever they're going to develop, like say it's broccoli or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you're eating the sprouts of it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's a lot more nutritious. There's a
Yeah.
lot more of the actual nutrition in it or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. You could talk to Shamba AZ if you want to know actual details about that.
Yeah.
But before we wrap it up, did you want to revisit that question real quick? Who do you think of when you think about great leadership?
If we're talking about like a more on like a high level, I mean, I hate to be cliche, but I'm thinking about like, Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm thinking about
That's a good one.
Martin Luther King. I'm thinking about you know, Dalai Lama. I'm thinking about Nelson Mandela. I'm thinking about I don't know. I hate to be cliche because I feel like those are the ones that people always go for.
Hey, who you think of is who you think of, though.
Yeah.
But
Bob Marley. It's another
Bob
one.
Marley's a good one. Well, we're gonna wrap it up for the day. I'm gonna give a round of applause for my co-host, Mr. St. Patrick.
Yes.
Give
me all the love.
Another round of applause for my engineer of all engineers, Mr. Dip to the lean.
Yes.
And on that note, peace.
Yeah.